Welcome, dear friends. We're so grateful to have you with us today. And before we commence our deep dive into today's fascinating subject, we'd like to pause for a moment and encourage you to subscribe to our channel, where we regularly share enlightening and thought-provoking content that we hope will enrich your understanding of life's greatest mysteries and truths. Our channel is a treasure trove of insights and knowledge, dedicated to bringing you in-depth explorations of historical, philosophical, and spiritual themes, all sourced from the wisdom of the good book, that magnificent beacon of faith and spirituality known as the Bible. With every video, every discussion, we aim to cultivate a deeper understanding of these themes, nurturing a lifelong journey of discovery and spiritual growth. We stand on the threshold of a new learning experience today, as we prepare to dive into the profound depths of a verse that has held the attention of scholars, theologians, and seekers of truth for centuries. It's a verse that has been a source of guidance and inspiration, a verse that has sparked countless debates and dialogues, a verse that has been a touchstone for individuals grappling with faith and belief. Hebrews 11:1. This verse is no ordinary verse. It's a gem, a precious jewel, nestled in the heart of the New Testament. It's a verse that encapsulates in one line the essence of faith, a concept so vast and multidimensional that it becomes a study of contrasts, simple yet complex, tangible yet ethereal, personal yet universal. It's a verse that leaves one pondering, questioning, and in awe of its scope and depth. Our exploration today is not just a cerebral exercise. It's an invitation to delve into the underlying layers of this verse, to unearth its historical context, to fathom its spiritual significance, and to discern its practical applications that can be integrated into our daily lives. It's an invitation to embark on an intellectual and spiritual voyage, navigating the ocean of wisdom that this verse provides. Together, we'll trace the origins of this verse, delving into the socio-cultural milieu of the period it was written, unearthing the ancient wisdom it encapsulates. We'll seek to understand the subtle nuances and profound meanings embedded in its words, fluttering between literal and metaphorical interpretations. We'll explore how the verse has been interpreted and used by different cultures and traditions, adding dimensions to its depth and understanding. We'll explore its spiritual significance, how it has illuminated the path for countless seekers, guided individuals in their darkest hours, and provided solace in times of despair. We'll see how the essence of this verse can become a compass in our spiritual journey, a beacon guiding us towards greater faith and belief. We'll also the practical applications of this verse. How can we embody the wisdom of this verse in our daily lives? How can it influence our actions, shape our attitudes, and guide our decisions? We'll delve into these intriguing questions, unraveling insights and lessons that you can apply in your life. As this journey unfolds, we invite you to be an active participant. Listen, reflect, question, discuss, and let the wisdom of this verse percolate into your consciousness. Delve into your own understanding of faith, explore its contours and nuances, and let this verse illuminate your path. And as you travel with us on this journey of discovery, we hope that you'll become a part of our community of seekers, a group of individuals who are passionate about learning, exploring, and growing together. If this journey resonates you, if the exploration of faith stirs your soul, if the promise of learning and growth excites you, we encourage you to hit the subscribe button and make this journey a part of your own journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. Now let's journey together into the profound wisdom of Hebrews 11:1. Hebrews 11:1, a verse that has inspired and challenged countless believers. It is a verse that has reverberated through the ages, echoing in the chambers of countless hearts and souls. It is a verse that has been etched in the memory of millions of people, a verse that has been recited in churches, synagogues, and in the quiet corners individual devotion. This verse, nestled within the sacred pages of the New Testament, has served as a beacon of hope for many throughout the ages. It has lit up the darkest corners of despair, like a lighthouse guiding lost ships through treacherous waters. It has been an anchor in the storm, a comforting presence in times of uncertainty, and a constant companion in times of solitude. The verse resides in the 11th chapter of the book of Hebrews, a chapter often revered as the faith chapter. This chapter is a treasure trove of spiritual wisdom, brimming with profound insights and stirring declarations. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of faith and the unshakable conviction of the human spirit. Hebrews 11:1 is a succinct yet profound definition of faith. It describes faith as the assurance of things we hope for and the conviction of things not seen. These words invite us into a deeper level of understanding, encouraging us to enter the mysteries of faith and explore its complexities. The verse invites us to trust in the promises of God, even when they are beyond our immediate perception. It reminds us that faith is not merely about what we can see or touch, but about what we believe and know in our hearts. In a world where seeing is believing, Hebrews 11:1 calls us to a different way of understanding. It challenges the norm, pushing back against the limitations of our physical senses. It encourages us to seek out the unseen, to believe in the invisible and to have faith in the intangible. Hebrews 11:1 urges us to believe even when we cannot see, to hope even when the evidence is not apparent. It encourages us to hold on to our beliefs with unyielding conviction, to cling to our hopes with unwavering certainty, and to trust in the unseen with an unshakable faith. This verse is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It celebrates the strength and courage that comes from holding on to faith, even in the face of adversity. It asks of our capacity to endure, to persevere, and to overcome, fueled by our faith in something greater than ourselves. Moreover, it testifies to the power of faith. It presents faith as a transformative force, a catalyst for change, and a beacon of hope. It invites us to harness the power of faith in our lives, to use it as a tool for personal growth and societal change. In the grand scheme of the biblical narrative, Hebrews 11:1 has carved out a unique space for itself. Its timeless message transcends cultural and historical boundaries, resonating with people from all walks of life. It has been interpreted, reinterpreted, and studied by theologians and lay people alike, each finding unique layers of meaning within its words. Every word, every phrase, every nuance of this verse invites reflection, introspection, and deep. It beckons us to ponder the depth of its wisdom, the width of its reach, and the height of its influence throughout history. In our fast-paced, ever-changing world, Hebrews 11:1 offers a timeless message. It speaks to our inherent need for faith, for hope, for assurance in the face of uncertainty. It serves as a gentle reminder of the power of faith, and it calls us back to the core of our beliefs. As we unravel the layers of meaning within Hebrews 11:1, we are invited to embark on a journey of discovery, of understanding, and of spiritual growth. It's time we dive deeper into the historical context of this verse. Understanding the historical context of Hebrews 11:1 provides us with a deeper grasp of its meaning. To truly appreciate this scripture, we must first dive into the historical setting of this verse, commencing our exploration with the author. The authorship of the book of Hebrews is an enduring mystery that has sparked intense discussions and debates amongst biblical scholars. There are theories aplenty, and the pendulum of speculation swings from Paul to Barnabas, and then over to Apollos, among others. These names are not without merit or reason, but despite all of the educated guesses, the identity of the author continues to remain shrouded in the mists of time. However, what is unequivocally clear is that the writer possessed an intimate knowledge of the Old Testament and the Jewish faith. This was no novice. The author was someone who could deftly navigate the intricacies of Jewish law and religious traditions, as well as possess the ability to articulate this knowledge using a sophisticated and evocative Greek style. The intended audience for the book of Hebrews was unequivocally Jewish Christians. These were people of Jewish heritage who had embraced Jesus as the promised Messiah, often in the face of considerable personal and communal opposition. It's crucial to highlight that this was an era of significant change and upheaval for these early adopters of Christianity. The nascent Christian church was still in the throes of defining its beliefs, doctrines, and practices. Many of these early discussions and decisions were influenced by the traditions and teachings of Judaism, the faith from which Christianity was born. Hence, any analysis of the historical context of Hebrews 11, one must also consider these Jewish roots. This naturally leads us to conversations about the socio-political environment of the time. Scholars suggest that the book of Hebrews was likely penned before the catastrophic of Jerusalem in 70 AD. At this juncture in history, the mighty Roman Empire ruled with an iron fist, a domination that was increasingly being challenged by the Jewish community. The growing animosity between the Jews and the Roman authorities would eventually culminate in the Jewish revolt and the tragic destruction of the temple in Jerusalem. For Jewish Christians, these were tumultuous times. They found themselves straddling two worlds, one of their Jewish heritage and the other of their newfound faith in Christ. They also found themselves on the receiving end of persecution, not just from the oppressive Roman regime, but also from their fellow Jews who did not accept Jesus as the Messiah. In this volatile environment, the book of Hebrews was crafted as a beacon of hope and resilience. The anonymous author wished to reassure the Jewish Christians that their faith in Jesus was not unfounded. Jesus, he argued, was the long-awaited fulfillment of the Old Testament prophecies. He was the high priest in the order of Melchizedek, a figure of immense significance in Jewish tradition. Moreover, the author intended to drive home the point that their faith in Jesus was not a rejection or abandonment of their Jewish roots. Instead, it was the culmination and realization of the promises and prophecies that ran through their history. Now, let's refocus our attention on Hebrews 11. 1. Bearing in mind the historical backdrop we've just explored. Now is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This powerful declaration marks the beginning of what has been widely referred to as the faith chapter. The chapter proceeds to recount the tales of Old Testament heroes who lived their lives guided by unwavering faith. For the Jewish Christians of that time, these stories would have been etched into their collective memory. These were sagas of their ancestors, stalwarts of their faith. But the author of Hebrews repurposed these accounts not just as remembrances, but as lessons. He argued that these luminary figures lived by faith, even when the promises of God were yet to be realized in their lifetime. Hebrews 11:1 therefore served a dual purpose. It was both a validation and a challenge. It validated the faith of the Jewish Christian readers and reassured them that their trust in Jesus wasn't misguided, despite the persecution and trials they were facing. Simultaneously, this verse was a call to perseverance. It challenged them to hold on to their faith, even when the path ahead was uncertain and the outcomes invisible. This historical context lends a much richer and nuanced understanding of Hebrews 11:1. It proves that this verse was not penned in a vacuum, but it was firmly rooted in a particular period, addressed to a specific group, grappling with unique challenges. With this historical context in mind, we can now explore the spiritual significance of the verse. Well, faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. What does this truly mean? Today we stand at the precipice of an spiritual exploration, ready to delve deep into the profound and spiritual significance of faith, as articulated in Hebrews 11:1, a verse that captures the essence of faith like no other, a verse that invites us to embark on a journey of discovering the illuminating wisdom that lies within faith. A term we hear often, but how often do we pause to consider its true meaning, its implications, its power? The verse in question anchors the very concept of faith to two key elements: hope and evidence of the unseen. These two aspects fundamentally shape our understanding of faith and its role in our lives. To truly appreciate their importance, let's begin by exploring the first part of the verse, where faith is referred to as the substance of things hoped for. The Greek word for substance here is hypostasis, a word that holds significant weight. It denotes assurance, confidence, substance. Faith, therefore, is not merely an abstract construct, but a tangible reality. It is the foundation upon which our hopes are built. It is not a whimsical desire or a fleeting dream, but a solid, steadfast base that breathes life into our aspirations, giving them substance and form. This understanding of faith compels us to think of it as more than just a passive belief. It is active, it is solid, it is substantial. The second segment of the verse describes faith as the evidence of things not seen. The Greek word for evidence, elegkos, again holds profound meaning. It can be translated as conviction or proof. This underscores that faith is essentially the proof, the evidence of the unseen realities of the spiritual world. It is the assurance that what we believe in, though unseen, is real. It is the confidence that our trust in God's promises is not merely wishful thinking, but is grounded in the reality of His unchanging nature and unfailing love. Reflecting on this single verse, we discover that faith fulfills a dual role. It is both the substance of hope and the evidence of the unseen. It is a duality that encapsulates the essence of a believer's journey. But why is this understanding of faith so important? To put it simply, faith is the bedrock Christianity. It is through faith that we enter into a relationship with God, through faith that we navigate our journey on earth, and through faith that we anticipate the promises of eternity. Faith is not a passive acceptance, but an active engagement with God and His promises. It is a process of continual growth where we learn to trust God more deeply, to hope more fervently, and to love more unconditionally. As we expand our perspective to consider the wider context of Hebrews chapter 11, we observe this definition of faith being lived out in the lives of the biblical figures mentioned. Take, for example, Abraham. Abraham, who ventured into the unknown, placing his trust in God's promise. Or Moses, who chose ill treatment with the people of God over the fleeting pleasures of sin because he was looking ahead to the reward. These individuals, among others, epitomized what it means to have faith as the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. So as we reflect on the spiritual significance of faith, we come to realize that faith is not merely a concept or an abstract idea. It is a living, dynamic force that shapes our lives, our hopes, and our relationship with God. It is the lens through which we view our present circumstances and the future God has promised us. Faith is the assurance that God's promises are true, even when our circumstances tell us otherwise. It is the conviction that God's love for us is steadfast, even when we cannot see it. It is the confidence that the unseen spiritual realities are as real, if not more real, than the visible physical world. Indeed, faith is the spiritual currency of the kingdom of God. It's the means by which we lay hold of the promises of God and the tool we use to navigate the challenges of life. It's the bridge that connects our earthly existence with our heavenly calling. However, the beauty of faith is that it's not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's a deeply personal journey that takes shape and form according to our unique relationship with God. No two faith journeys are the same, yet the assurance and conviction that define them remain constant. So armed with this spiritual, how can we apply this verse to our daily lives? Let's carry this newfound awareness with us and let it guide us in our daily actions, choices, and decisions. Let it empower us to live out our faith actively, to engage with God's promises, and to trust in His unfailing love, assured that our faith is both the substance of our hopes and the evidence of the unseen. Armed with this spiritual understanding, how can we apply this verse to our daily lives? Hebrews 11:1 isn't just a verse to be read, but a verse to be lived. This isn't a statement. It is a profound truth. The essence of the Bible is not confined within the borders of an aged manuscript. It is much more than that. It is a vibrant, pulsating guide that holds the potential to permeate our existence with a sense of purpose and meaning every single day. It doesn't merely speak to us, it breathes and lives within us. And Hebrews 11:1 is a paradigm of this divine wisdom. Hebrews 11:1 isn't an ordinary verse, it's a transformative principle. So one might wonder, how does one transition this verse from the written word to actual practice? How does one integrate this characterization of faith into their daily routine? How does this verse transition from being ink on paper to a guiding principle in life? Let's plunge into the depths of this concept. Initially, Hebrews 11:1 sparks personal evolution. It doesn't just motivate us, it sets a course for us to nurture hope, dream beyond the tangible, and trust in the unseen. In a world that often necessitates empirical data and perceivable proof, maintaining faith can seem like an uphill battle. However, this verse serves as a beacon of hope. It assures us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. It's not just a statement, it's an invitation to lean on the promises of God, even when they seem distant or implausible. This type of faith cultivates resilience, patience, and courage. These traits can profoundly alter our character and perspective on life. Next, Hebrews 11:1 has a remarkable influence on our communities. Faith isn't a solitary journey, it's a shared experience that creates a bond among us. Living by faith doesn't merely affect us, it inspires others to follow suit. We become lighthouses of hope in a world that is desperate for it. We demonstrate that it's possible to believe in something bigger than ourselves, something unseen yet undoubtedly real. This collective faith can create a chain reaction, transforming our families, our neighborhoods, and our societies. It can engender unity, understanding, and empathy, fundamental elements for a stronger, more unified community. Ultimately, Hebrews 11:1 acts as a catalyst for fortifying our relationship with God. This verse doesn't merely define faith, it provides a vivid depiction of what a relationship with God can look like. A relationship that is built on the pillars of trust, hope, the conviction of His promises. This type of faith doesn't just bring us closer to God, it creates a bond. It encourages us to lean on Him, to rely on His promises, and to seek solace in His presence. It's a relationship that transcends rituals and religion, reaching into the very core of our beings. But living out this verse isn't always a walk in the park. It necessitates us to venture out of our comfort zones, to challenge conventional wisdom, to dare to believe in the unseen. It's a journey filled with trials and triumphs, doubts and declarations, questions and silent trust. But it's a journey worth undertaking. So, how do you live out Hebrews 11:1 in your daily life? Perhaps it's through prayer, seeking God's guidance and trusting His plans for your life. Maybe it's through acts of service, demonstrating your faith by loving your neighbors. Or it could be through patience, clinging to hope even when circumstances seem bleak. Yet remember, living out your faith is a journey, not a destination. It's about making strides forward, not attaining perfection. It's about flourishing, learning, and becoming more Christ-like each passing day. And most importantly, it's about identifying joy, peace, and purpose in the process. Applying the wisdom of Hebrews 11:1 to our lives is a continuous journey. It's about choosing faith over fear, hope over despair, and trust over doubt day by day. It's about allowing our faith to mold our character, influence our communities, and deepen our bond with God. It's about unraveling the remarkable truth that faith is not just a concept to be grasped, but a reality to be lived. So let us embrace this verse. Let us let it guide our thoughts, our actions, our lives. Let us live out our faith with courage, conviction, and unwavering hope. And as we do, let us remember that we're not alone. We're part of a fellowship of believers, journeying together, inspiring each other, and relying on God's promises. Hebrews 11:1 truly is a verse for all seasons of life. As we conclude our exploration of Hebrews 11:1, we trust this expedition has brought you both enlightenment and a renewed perspective of faith. Throughout this journey, we've dug deep into the historical background of this passage, making connections to its origins within the early Christian community. Every word, every phrase has been painstakingly examined to unfold the profound message it holds within. In our quest to unravel the spiritual significance of this verse, we've discovered the truth of faith being the assurance of the things we hope for and the conviction of things not seen. We've shed light on the faith of biblical characters whose belief in God's promises saw them through their respective ordeals. Their narratives serve as eternal reminders of the potential of a steadfast faith, emboldening us to hold on to our convictions, especially when the road ahead is shrouded in ambiguity. We've also ventured into the practical implications of Hebrews 11:1 during this exploration. We've deciphered how faith is more than just a theoretical idea. It is a palpable force that has the power to shape our everyday lives. It is the perspective from which we interpret our surroundings, the anchor that keeps us grounded during turbulent times, and the compass that directs our decisions and behaviors. Reflecting on the relevance of this verse, it is indisputable that faith goes beyond just believing in the unseen. It is an active reliance on God's promises and a confident anticipation of the future. It is the foundation on which our dreams are built and the evidence of those unseen realities we cherish. In an era that often demands tangible evidence and quantifiable results, Hebrews 11:1 calls us to uphold a unique standard. It encourages us to see through the lens of faith, to place our trust in the unseen, and to find assurance in God's promises. More importantly, it urges us to embody and apply our faith, not only in moments of silent prayer and reflection, but also in the routine decisions we make each day. As we draw this exploration to its conclusion, we invite you to internalize this verse. Reflect on its profound truths, implement its principles, and let it instigate a deeper, more vivid faith within you. Let it influence your outlook, fortify your determination, and motivate you in your faith journey. Before we bid adieu, we'd like to extend a warm invitation. If you found this exploration illuminating, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Become a part of our community of seekers and believers, joined in our pursuit for a deeper comprehension and spiritual development. Your subscription not only validates our efforts, but also ensures you stay abreast with our latest adventures into the complex weave of faith. Though our voyage through Hebrews 11, one concludes here, the journey of faith persists. As you traverse the path that lies ahead, may this verse serve as a lighthouse of hope, a reservoir of strength, and a constant reminder of faith's power. Remember always to subscribe and share this wisdom with others. As we part ways, we hope that you carry these lessons with you, weaving them into the fabric of your life. Remember the importance of faith, the strength it provides, and the hope it instills. As you journey forward, let Hebrews 11:1 guide your steps, enlighten your path, and deepen your faith. Let it serve as a beacon, illuminating even the darkest corners of uncertainty. With the warm, comforting light of belief, let it inspire you, motivate you, and strengthen you in your daily life. Let it be a constant, enduring reminder of the power of faith, the strength of belief, and the hope that accompanies it. In conclusion, we hope this exploration has enriched your understanding, deepened your faith, and brought you closer to the core of spiritual belief. Let the verse continue to inspire you, strengthen you, and guide you on your journey. Thank you for joining us today, lending us your time, your attention, and your open mind. Together we have embarked on a journey of discovery, delving into the depths of faith and emerging enlightened, enriched, and empowered. We hope you carry these lessons with you, them in your daily life, and sharing them with others. Until our paths cross again, stay blessed. Remember to subscribe and share this wisdom with others. Until next time, stay blessed.